Hello and welcome to day 24 on the Pacific Crest Trail. Today was a pretty interesting day, had lots of memorable parts. We started fairly cold, but we started at 7 rather than the normal 6:30 this morning, so we warmed up quite quickly as the sun came down and started to just shine upon us. It was also a bit more exposed today, so it was quite hot for most of it because we spent the majority of the day walking along a creek, but kind of halfway up a hill next to it, so kind of following it, winding around the valleys. There were fewer trees, so again more sunshine, but there were these magical bushes that smelled like banana smoothies, so that was very special. And so in terms of my ranking of nice smelling things that I found on the trail so far, firstly, we have some pine trees that smell like vanilla, kind of chocolatey, very sweet, and then just the pine trees themselves, the smell of pine as you're walking through the forest, that's in third place, and then the banana bushes, those are now in second. So we'll see what other fun smelly things we can find. Today I spent most of, or about 2/3 of the day, walking with Scales and Jump Scare, and then pulled ahead for the last 5 miles or so, because the hot springs awaited, along with some of our trail friends that we hadn't seen in a few days. So I was very much looking forward to seeing those at the end of the day. And the last 5 miles were also just a good time for me to have time to think and reflect. First, about appreciating the trail. It is gradually becoming easier just to plod on through without really taking in what's going on around you. So I think it's something I'm going to have to actively focus on, just being appreciative of it and noticing everything and maybe stopping and just seeing what's going on. And also having the time to reflect on what I want to get out of the trail. So just in terms of like day-to-day stuff, normally I'm quite indecisive when presented with things like choices and options, very scary. So I think I'm going to try and use that thinking time to see how I can be more decisive. So there's things like, do I want to walk alone for the day or spend time with my very lovely group? Or do I want to speed through the day to arrive at a destination so I can chill? Or do I want to spend the time soaking up the day, noticing everything around me, finding a balance? Because I think I do get enjoyment out of both sides, but then I end up feeling, I don't know, not guilty, but like I've missed out on something. So trying to find that balance, I think, will be a good way to go. Hopefully I can be more focused and active with how I use time on trail. I definitely do not want to just mindlessly plod all of the time. Sometimes it's helpful just to have no thoughts as you're going through, but yeah, everything in balance. So back to the trail itself. Today we did walk 18 miles. We got to the hot springs and they are amazing. The trail went right down to the creek, which kind of flows around a bend and has multiple hot tub sized hot spring pools around the edge, and it's just a beautiful little oasis really. There were a few other kind of day hikers here. There's another trail that runs down from the other side of the valley, so a few other people that were not PCT hikers, but we all kind of stayed nearby. There were probably about 10 or 20 of us total, which means that in the morning tomorrow we're going to have it all to ourselves and just have a nice little PCT oasis chilling in the hot tub effectively, which is crazy. It's pretty magical. So I arrived around 3 p.m. And enjoyed the creek and the hot springs for about 2 hours. Another funny thing is that there are loads of squirrels about. Obviously we're going to blame the day hikers that come here and leave their food out during the day, so the squirrels are very active in trying to get into people's bags. There's a fair bit of shooing them away to make sure no one's bags get chewed through and food gets eaten, etc. So tomorrow we're aiming for about 10 miles before heading to our next pit stop, which will be a gas station next to a highway with a McDonald's there as well. So that's in about 35 miles, so see how we get there. And I will see you tomorrow.